In the meantime, we want to focus on former Vice President, that is, Al Gore, the face of the green movement. But he's also created an empire of investments, media companies, and other projects. Lindsey Arent has more now on how much money Gore has riding on green. Lindsey.
Well, Deirdre, he's back. Al Gore is back. No, don't worry. He's not trying to run for public office, but he will be probably in your local bookstore. That's because his new book just came out this week. It's called Our Choice, A Plan to Solve the Climate Crisis. But, you know, while Gore is a tireless advocate as a planetary cleanup guy, he's also raking in some pretty serious green of his own. First of all, he's a partner at Kleiner Perkins. Also, as an investor at several other private equity firms, Gore has tens of millions of dollars invested in clean energy projects. Those firms are set to benefit from government clean energy spending that he's pushed for a decade. He's also a paid advisor to Google and Apple, and he's also the founder of his own TV network called Current TV. And don't forget, he's got those lucrative speaking fees on top of the money that it brings in from his Oscar-winning movie and Inconvenient Truth and books and all of that. So the guy is doing pretty well. All of the revenue, of course, from that movie and his next book are going to be donated to his nonprofit that pushes for climate change action. But the projects have also helped him raise visibility for causes that he could potentially make millions and millions of dollars off of. In fact, this week, he defended his right to profit from the green movement. It'll appear on Bloomberg television. Take a listen.
In the last few years, I have made some investments in this area and proud to have done so. If I did not, the same critics would accuse me of being a hypocrite.
Al Gore certainly taking some heat for taking in and raking in some bucks off of the green energy movement. The Gore Inc. empire could be also getting another boost because climate change legislation is progressing in the Senate. That could really pump billions of dollars into clean energy projects that investors just like Al Gore could benefit very handsomely from. By the way, we should tell you that Al Gore will appear tonight on Bloomberg television. He sits down for an interview with Charlie Rose. You can definitely catch that interview tonight, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern. Deirdre, back to you.
Lindsey, let's get into some details. I mean, what kind of projects specifically could Gore benefit from most?
I mean, in many cases, he's already benefited, Deirdre. First of all, he has invested heavily in carbon trading markets, biofuels, solar cells, smart grid hardware and software. There was just a major grant from the government for that kind of those products. But my favorite one of all is waterless urinals. Yes, there is a company called Falcon Water-Free Technologies. Al Gore is a big investor. I mean, it makes sense, you know, all the water that goes into urinals all across the globe. You know, if they were all waterless, we could save on our electricity and water bills. You know, you can see where he's going with this idea.
Okay, well, let's talk about his net worth. As a private citizen, I mean, are there any estimates out there as to exactly how much he is worth?
Right. Well, as a private citizen, Gore has no obligation to disclose his income or assets or anything like that. But as a government official, which he was for about 24 years, he did have to make many disclosures. And his last known record of his assets is all the way back from 2001 when he left the White House, or rather the vice president's mansion. His assets at the time were listed at less than $2 million. Today, that's expected to be in the much higher double digits.